Hey guys, it's Wade here. Welcome to another little episode of NBA TopShot Hour. The date today is the 9th of Feb 2021. It's about 11:15 p.m. on a beautiful Tuesday night in Australia. Big news today in crypto circles is as you can see there, the Bitcoin's the magical internet money is up 31% to 40, almost 46,000 on the back of news from Tesla that they've invested about 1.5 billion in Bitcoin. Ethereum is up to $1,723, and you can see across the board it's just green. Go, go, go. Dogecoin is up 138%. Interesting stuff. So look, I actually got a couple of. There's a bit of a theme to this rambling tonight, this morning. Probably end up in the morning next day. We are ahead of you guys anyway, so I'll be a little bit more ahead of you guys, the rest of the world. Shit, I forgot what I was gonna say. It's what happens when you do this sort of stuff at 11:30 at night. Yeah, a little bit of a theme to this YouTube channel, or I should say episode. This is getting better and better. Just answering a couple of member messages that I've got today through the day, trying to do a bit of work and play at the same time. So I figured I'll just put it on the audio, and might be a little bit quicker for me. Probably not, because I'll keep rambling. So a couple little things I had today, and it was actually about 3-4 messages on the exact same thing, which is, it's probably not that weird given the price movement of Bitcoin. A couple of the members asked, where do I see, given what Bitcoin's done and will probably do, how does that impact, TopShot? So not that long ago, when Bitcoin went to 40,000, there was I felt like there was a little bit of a pop in terms of the volume on the on our side, NBA TopShot volume. Eventually, when sort of price settled around 40,000, started coming back a little bit. I thought we saw a bit of movement back into the product. And look, it makes perfect sense. It's another form of hedging, store of value, whatever you want to call it. It makes sense to make that swing trade over back to, at some point in time, into NBA TopShot, because this thing will keep rising and being Bitcoin. And TopShot has had a bit of a pullback, which is awesome to see, because you don't want a straight up, increase 40x. You do need that pullback. That's what a healthy market looks like. 2 steps forward, 1 step back, shake the weak hands, put a bit of a stronger foundation in its share price, volume, etc., etc. So at some point in time, I see that same thing happening. We have players in our space that do exactly that. They're moving stuff in and out of when they see, if you're bullish on Bitcoin when it was at 36,000, 35, well, why not? So let's see how that pans out. I think there will be a little bit more volume coming back in. I think if Bitcoin goes over 50 grand, which it will, then you'll probably see some profit taking, at least to some extent, and then guys moving back a little bit into TopShot inventory. So that's my opinion on that. Probably wrong, but you know what they say about opinions. So what else? There was actually a couple of interesting ones which I wanted to share with you guys. Before we do that, I'll just run through the volume on NBA TopShot. So pretty good 24 hours, 1.8 million. There's no noticeable trades in the top 15 of the NFT landscape. It's all either punks or the other version of punks. Hashmask. So nothing notable there. volume's up 20% day over day, so that's not too bad. All time, I haven't checked this for a little bit. Come on, buddy. So yeah, $57 million. That is incredible. And the transactions have exceeded now as well the CryptoKitties. Nearly 750,000 transactions. 47,000 nodes. That's the next sort of milestone to break on that battle of TopShot versus CryptoKitties. It's a good little battle to have for Dapper because it's their own product. So both of those. All right, let's shut this down. So just a couple little. There we are. So one of the members in Discord wrote this to me earlier today. I only started talking to this gentleman, which I assume is a gentleman, earlier today, when I probably should have been working. I'm working very hard to get fired, guys, so I could do this full time. So hopefully, TopShot actually becomes a real thing, and we need cash out so I can fund my salary. I know my wife doesn't listen to this, so it's okay. We're all safe. So I was going to read this message out loud. So for the rest of you guys that are on this podcast, which has not yet been uploaded and probably never will, can follow along. It says, "Hey mate, I hope you don't mind me reaching out again." I don't, not at all. "I've been reading a lot, and given the nature of the TopShot project, there isn't a lot of depth info around." So fast forward a little bit, I did question this member if he had heard this amazing podcast. Obviously he hasn't, because it's not a podcast, this YouTube channel, and he had not. So I have steered him in the right direction, and he apologized profusely. So anyway, carry on. So what do you see the end game being for TopShot? I see it taking a reasonable chunk. Well, there is no end game. End game being what? Fatal catastrophe. I don't see that happening. The end game, I think what he means is, what's the product look like when it's matured fully? I see it taking a big, decent slice of the cardboard market. Signs are already there. There's a couple of websites that do compete with the cardboard market, like StarStock, and their volume, from what I've seen, which is not a lot of research, half it's basically made up, but I have seen their actually volume come down, because I'm on there as well, and you just sort of notice these things. There's not many sales and all that sort of stuff, and so I don't know. Can you read something into that? It's tough, but the volume's noticeable. 57 million since they've been tracking this thing. And you see some tweets and so forth about it being the faster growing marketplace. I don't know what that's in, if it's in history or whatever it is, but numbers are pretty significant even now. So, wait till you see what it can do when it's a bit more matured, not breaking under stress. We can all find the queue to get in, etc. So I do see the end game being, I've said it before, it's going to cater to both the collector in us and the trader in us as well. It's going to have all the bells and whistles, everything that we need to be able to show it off, store it, trade it, profit from it, track it, all that sort of stuff. You're going to see, I'm hoping you're going to see, I think it will come to fruition, either within the platform or some extension of it, like a fully fledged trading software, or kit of tools, I suppose. Anyway, so that's sort of the end game for me. That's my vision for it. If I was Raham, that's what I'd be going and doing. I'm not, so carry on. So a yearly series with multiple rare and legendary packs rolling yearly. Obviously, people will come and go if that's the case. I'm wondering in S10, I think that he means season 10, that will be all that's needed to keep people interested. I don't know what you really mean by that. I mean, I could read that out again and just replace TopShot with cardboard. Like, what's the difference with, what do you see the end game being for Panini? A yearly series of multiple rare and legendary packs rolling yearly. Obviously, people will come and go if that's the case. Yeah. when you look at it that way, Panini cardboard is very, very one-dimensional. So let's see what else he asks. What do you see the short, medium term entailing for TopShot? Short to medium, I see them fixing up some of the problems pronto. If that carries on, we will lose some of the following. They'll move on to probably more the traders, the ones that are there to make a quick buck. It'll be in and out. Right now, a lot of people are held back by the withdrawals, so for good and bad. I think he asked that a little bit later, so I'll address that shortly. But in terms of what I see short to medium term, I see the fixes coming into play, and I think it's been noted that I don't think there'll be the base pack drop for a little bit now until they resolve some of these things. At least all the queuing system and whatever that solution looks like, they'll need to resolve it and quickly, because we're all waiting on the sidelines with millions of dollars to spend on this stuff. If that's not incentive enough for a product, I don't know what is. Obviously the history is all nice and to be part of all that sort of stuff, and I keep talking about this being part of history and changing some of the landscape in not just the collectible industry, but probably some of the services that rely on all that sort of stuff, grading and everything else. So plenty of opportunity everywhere. So you look around what's happening, but they needed to get it together. So that's sort of my short, medium term. I mean, in this case, in investing circles, short to medium term, short term is 1 to 3 years, medium term is 3 to 5 years. I'm not talking about short, medium term in that sense. I'm talking about a month to 3 months. That's really it. It's impossible to look beyond even that period, let alone 5 years from now. I mean, geez. So by playoffs, do you see username doubling again or tripling? I think we talked about it before and other things. By playoffs, I definitely see the user base doubling from here, which is, I can only know the Discord numbers because I have visibility of some of that. It's about 40 odd thousand now. If that's a 1-for-1 with regards to accounts, genuine accounts, I see that doubling. So, what does that mean for volume? I think it obviously means it goes up, and prices with that. It's hard to tell. Depends on what some parts of the TopShot market may stay flat. Just depends on how much they mint, all that sort of stuff. So if you look in the past, they've handled minting very well. Even though when people early in season 1 they were saying, what am I going to do with 13 Vince Carters? Like, who wants this crap? It's $2 a moment. So yeah, I wanted it. A lot of people wanted it. Some people that could see beyond tomorrow. So that's what you guys got to look at when you think about all this stuff. Don't think a week from now. You got to think 3 months from now, 6 months from now, because the volume will. Even if you're down, if you came in the last couple of weeks, if you're down on your investment, if that's what you care about, the sheer volume that will come into this space over the next little while, 1 to 3 months, will erase all those mistakes and then some. So you have to have a little bit of patience. Some of you have come right at the top, and I've sort of said this in my own Discord today. This market, this TopShot market, is so inefficient. I've been investing for about 19 years now, and it's some of the most volatile stuff you'll ever find, like Ethereum at 125x, just to see what actually happens. So I know volatility when I see it, and this is volatile. It is also very inefficient. You still have players coming in, thousands of players coming in every day or a couple of days or whatever it is. They have no clue what's going on. you see it by the questions they ask. I see it every day by the questions they ask. How does this work? How does that work? Oh, how does it challenge? What's a reward? I mean, geez, do a little bit of research and before you spend a couple $1,000s in this. I told you guys it was going to be a ramble. So it's very inefficient. If you do a little bit of research, like someone was asking today, well, how can you tell what rewards are going to be, in the Metallic Gold set season 2? You don't know for a fact, but if you've got a little bit of balance, you could literally buy, I don't know, maybe 5 to 10 of those Metallic Gold moments, and there's a pretty reasonable chance they're going to go up in value as you trend toward that being announced, that, reward. Screensaver just went on. That reward, challenge being announced. So when that happens, visibility comes into play. The thing is with this market, again, it's so inefficient that people literally need to see something in front of their eyes and go, oh shit, I knew he'd mentioned that about 16 million times, but now it makes sense. Like the badges, all that sort of stuff. Even though people think it's been baked in, and all, these fancy calculations, perception's reality. So it's, people need to see some of this stuff, and while most of the market gets it, a lot of it don't, some of it don't, and at this such thinly traded or available supply, i.e. there is no market where you can make a bid offer and all that sort of stuff. It's just whatever the seller wants, the seller will get from someone. And being a misinformed market with new entrants coming in every single day, the sellers will largely get what they want. I mean, obviously it's going to be priced reasonably to the floor or whatever, if it's dependent on the mint size or the mint number, serial number. It'll largely sell, especially the more popular players. But there's so many people coming into this space, it's creating this very inefficient market. And this recency bias, and I mentioned that today in chat as well. It is so present that it's like whatever's the most new shiny thing will go up, and then everything else gets forgotten. And so jump ahead of that a little bit with the Metallic Gold stuff. Buy a few, and then if you can't afford to do the challenge, at least buy a few, and see what happens. I'm betting it trends up a little bit. Anyway, I could be wrong, but that's just simple sort of economic theory. Excuse me. What else did I want to say on that? It's freaking ramble. If I remember, I'll come back to it. So where do we get up to? So the playoffs here. Look, I see the numbers doubling at least. That's my opinion. You saw what happened in late January with the Bales purchase. Just one guy brought all those people in. There was probably other things happening background, but what would happen if Mark Cuban or one of the big personalities loosely in this space, or the cardboard, made a big splash and big announcement, or like Elon Musk all of a sudden decided to buy $100 million worth of I don't know, TopShots. We can only dream. But so look, my point being is it'll take something very, very not small, but something that not either insignificant, but the whole world doesn't have to turn for this product to blow up again and have this massive leg up stage 2. So it just takes one personality to tweet something out and all that sort of stuff. So just don't sit on the sidelines if you sort of having a hard think about it or selling. I've seen a lot of people selling their accounts. Each to their own. So is the inability to cashing out the major problem you see attracting larger players, investors? Look, you could read that both ways. I've said it before. Cashing out is trapping players in, so potentially it's the numbers are a little bit artificial because you saw what happened. We all invested $1,000, $2,000. Then we, out of that 25 million that was waiting to buy the legendary pack, only 2.5 could get in. So what happened to the other 22 and a half? It's just sitting there. It's either sitting there in credit, or it's been used like everyone else, like mine. I think I had about 400 left. I started off with maybe 1,500, and now I got bugger all. So I've just used it to rebuy stuff, and that was that little pop in volume that we had the next day or the same day. So yes, the withdrawals are having an impact. It's really, really hard to read because one hand, I just explained what. On the other hand, if you allow withdrawals, say in the perfect world, the withdrawals are seamless, instant, straight to your Dapper ETH wallet or whatever you MetaMask or your bank account the next day. What does that do to the market? What's happened to all these traders from the DFS, whatever that stands for? Actually, I don't even know. But from that, circle of friends that came in late January, there was a whole bunch of them. It feels like they're all sort of just moved on a little bit, moved back to whatever they do to make a quick buck. Do those guys come back? I absolutely think they do. So I think there's the double-edged sword. When you eventually in this perfect world allow withdrawals, I think it's going to be more positive than negative. You'll have all these traders, more volume coming back in, and I think people respect that because they can go, oh, shit, I can actually make my money if that's what you're after. Because not a lot of not all of you are after just the money. You enjoy collecting and hanging out with the community and all that sort of stuff. So, but those that segment of the market, that's what they enjoy, and instant gratification is a real thing. When you bring that back into fruition, I think it'll have more of a positive than a negative impact on prices of these collectibles. So I really, I would love to see that come to some sort of fruition, that we can take these out, even if it's a small amount that you can take out sort of instantly, that couple of grand a day type of thing. And if you want to take a larger amount, maybe there's some more additional security checks you have to sign off on, and whatever it is, I'm sure the team can come up with something that suits some of the larger accounts, because there are very large accounts now because of what's happened in this space that will be cashing out some portion of that. I don't think it's a lot, and it's probably already just sitting in Dapper credits waiting to be cashed out. So I don't think it'll impact the prices too much. So yeah, look, you could read that both ways on the withdrawals, but I think it has much more of a positive impact, especially medium to long term in this sense being 6 months from now, because it'll be taken a lot more seriously by serious people. So serious investors and the volume creators, market makers alike. Anyway, enough on that. So, and do you think the lack of packs in the biggest barrier for new users engagement? So lack of packs, yeah, a little bit. I mean, it is, but for the team, they have to look at the mint sizes and all. They have to weigh up the two things, because where it stands at the moment, where it's priced at $9 a pack, it's too cheap. It's creating it's a vacuum in this market where it's like anything that comes out, it's going to be bought, because the profit is like 400% on every single pack on average. So you need to move the price of the single base pack to $29. Simple as that. Then see how quickly it goes. When on average you're not returning a profit on every single pack, maybe every fourth pack. So yeah, just do some price testing and release the hounds, see what happens there. So yeah, the team has to watch the mint size as well on that, so not to create too much inflation in the market. But it also, so it's the engagement. It's both. So, do you think these are issues that will hamper growth, or is the site itself the biggest issue for growth? That's a great point. It's both. It's all those things added together, man. It's the site not working properly at times. It's the lack of pack drops. Um, it's a combination of all of it. So as the days go by, the team is working. You can see things are being addressed. The website's working a little bit more smoother. If the queue worked the other day for Hollow Drop, would have been perfect. We still would have had $3 million stuck in Dapper credits, and it still would have made its way to the market. People just wouldn't have been, as pissed. That should have been rightfully in line to get those packs. So that's on the team to solve. It's not my problem. Look, all of that has an impact on growth, and it will be solved. I have every confidence that it will be solved. That's literally what their job is, and they've got the expertise to do it. You could see they've pivoted from one to the next solution, and it's largely all worked pretty well. But it's all uncharted territory, so they are making history in some respect. So give them a break. So sorry for 20 questions. I'm just really interested in learning more, and lots of pods and articles are great, but they are not deep diving into this. Again, a bit of an asterisk there, just like the Lakers championship. He didn't hear my awesome ramblings, so as you can see, I go into a lot of depth, which a lot of it's like rubbish, but it's depth. So he wanted depth, he didn't say quality. Or if you know of articles that address some of this, I'd really appreciate a link. I've spent a few hours today reading and looking for articles, but didn't find a great deal. Hope the new job's going well and what you hoped it would be. Job's pretty cool, actually. Good bunch of people. I'm trying my very best to get fired between you and I, but see how that works out. Alright, so that was interesting. I thought probably not as quick as I wanted it to be, but yeah, what can you do? So what else did I want to show you? There was this little tweet I put out earlier, so I thought it was pretty cool. Get a few of these now. Just these random messages. So this one's cool because if you check the date, literally took this gentleman a week to absolutely go head over heels for the product, hook, line, and sinker. So he wrote to me, and literally between all these messages, I responded with a couple lines, just gave him whatever bit of feedback, an answer or two. So he wrote to me, this is, I think he's like literally second message to me, other than saying hello or something like that. So he said, I really don't understand very good how a digital card that everyone can watch and that you don't have really in your possession is working so well. I really don't understand it. So that was on the 14th of January. And then 6 days later, hi, not going to complete the Hollow Legendary Challenge. Do you think it's a good moment to sell Marcus Smart Legendary or can increase value long term? Thinking of using the money to buy Season 1 and rookies. So clearly this very refined gentleman has been listening to my takes. It's interesting. Within 6 days, he's gone from going, "What the fuck's going on here? It's a YouTube clip. Why are people paying $2,000 for a YouTube clip, Darren?" To going, "I'm going to spend $1,000 on these packs. And I'm going to love it, and I'm going to start trading it, and I'm going to start thinking about strategies and trying to make some, more money out of this." So, I thought that was pretty cool. That's why I posted it, because that turnaround was literally, and I'm not going to show you the DMs between the two of us, but between these two, there would have been maybe two from me, literally two lines just saying, "Yep, great. This is what it is. This is why people love it. Blah blah blah." So I found that interesting. I just wanted to share that with you guys. So I don't know. Let me know what you guys think about just reading some of these comments out. And obviously, I'm very mindful of people's privacy, so I'm not going to be showing anyone's stuff. And I do most of the time check with these guys if I can use some of the content they've put to sent out or messaged me with or whatever it is. But yeah, it's interesting to see, and that's why when I mentioned a couple of times just social proof, there's a case of that. I'm not sure if I'm using the right terminology. I really don't care. I'm just calling it whatever it is. But that's social proof to me that this thing is working. That people are coming into space, and even though there's a lot of problems, there's a lot of barriers to entry, to exit in the product, people are still hanging around, enjoying the community, enjoying the general chat, the pits of hell. So yeah, take that as you will, my friends. I know most of you are here just for the giveaway. That's why you guys keep leaving those comments on the last videos, because you know what that's about these days. I was talking to a friend tonight. We're trying to buy a few hollows, and neither of us have any money left. We've got reasonable portfolios, but neither of us. I mean, I definitely don't sell a lot. I'm going to him. I said to him, I had $10,000 in Dapper credits the other day, and I said, I don't know where it went. And I'm pretty sure I bought some base moments, like low mint stuff that doesn't sell very well, because it's sort of investor stock. It's long term. It'll mature very well in my opinion, but it's not something you can generally flip very quickly, because I paid couple $100 for some of these and whatever. So as I was looking at what I was going to give away for this this video's giveaway, I noticed all the buys because they've come up sort of, there's more of the recent stuff. I have filtered it by base season 2, and because that's what I've been buying here and there. I haven't been buying a lot of season 1. I don't think I have, not too much anyway. So I found out where my 10 grand went. So I too have been building a wall. You saw the other message too, going, I got one this morning going, what did you mean by building the wall? What sort of strategy is that? It's not a strategy, it's literally buying a lot of John Walls. So you can see there, number 55, 71, 49, 97. Some of these were from packs, some of these commons. Then you can see what I targeted. Jordan Clarkson, number 88. Robin Lopez, number 688. Probably only paid a couple of bucks. I might even pull that from the pack. Zion's probably a bit older. These are all from packs. So just a couple of base moments, and I get to Mitchell Robinson. I'm going, wow, okay, that's interesting. Number 87, 78, 62, 69, 37, 21. I'm going, that's interesting. Why would I buy all these Mitchell Robinson? I mean, other than it being under 100 mint, what did I pay for this? Yeah, $87 for 87. That's not too bad. Still, that's a lot of Mitchell Robinson. Devin Booker, 87, 87. That sequence. Be interesting to see what I paid for that. I can't remember any of these. $30. Happy with that. Yeah, you can see. Look, there's the trend is exactly the same. 85. The Anthony Melton, Sabonis number 26, John Wall 25, 99, 20, and so forth. There's a Zion there, number 36. I wonder what I paid for that. It's the 15,000. It's still a CC. Oh, 990. $990. Wow. See, that's what happens when you buy late at night. You just go, what? Anyway, did I see my friend Gordon Hayward here? Is that the Gordon Hayward that I've been answering the? Yes, it is. So this has been the other thing. I mean, we're 10 minutes away from midnight, so I said to you guys this is going to go into the next day as well. So you still got me for about 11 minutes. But this is the other one. I've been getting messages daily, literally couple messages a day going in Discord or Twitter or somewhere going, hey, can you explain this to me? Why would you pay? Fuck. All right. Why did I pay $17.50? I don't think I've addressed it here. I might have. I've forgotten. Why did I pay $1,750 for Gordon Hayward number 11,093? So my answer today was, me and Gordon hooked up a couple of years back in room number 11,093, and that has special meaning to me. It's not entirely true. Obviously, there's no hotel that has 12,000 rooms, not that I know of. But all that aside, what it is, and some of you young fellas and ladies that are coming to the game, if you negotiate a deal in Discord or whatever, it's a pretty good deal. Usually it is. If you can, if you've got a whole bunch of friends, like I said to you, if you've networked, you can usually get some stuff for cheaper. Be careful listing that particular moment on the open marketplace, because now there's snipers, there's suicide bombers and all sorts of stuff in the marketplace. So you'll get sniped, it'll be taken from you in all your hours of hard work negotiating and trying to find, who fucking Blackberry 615 is on Discord. It's all gone to waste. So don't list that moment that you've worked hard to negotiate a good price on straight on the marketplace, because that's what happened to me like 3 or 4 days ago. I spent hours looking for this member and found him, and he listed the damn thing straight on the marketplace, and I lost it, pretty much immediately. And that was like $1,000 moment. So in this case, this one came from a very good friend of mine in this space. Not good enough for $1,750, but good enough. So it was like number 88. I think it was Kawhi Leonard. I'm just joking, Greek freak. You're a great friend. So I think that's what it was. I can't remember for sure, but it was one of those type of deals. And I said to him, look, just list something that's a common, so I can just buy that and be done with it. Because I said to him literally yesterday or day before that, I lost all the hard work that I put into getting this particular one from someone I haven't met before, and rookie mistake from them. Anyway, so that's what happened, guys. It's an incognito transaction where basically I bought something else, but in order for someone not to snipe it, we had to list something else that's a comment. I literally did that today with someone else. It was only for $125, but it was 125 Dapper credits to make up the difference in trade value. That's all it was. So as much as, the tabloids would like to believe Gordon and I got together in room 11093, it's not true. It's an incognito transaction, and I encourage you to do. I mean, it's bad for the data analysts that we've got a couple in our Discord now, which is great to see. I've given them a private channel where they can, talk in their code. It's great to see, because it gives you, obviously gives you legitimacy as well, because we're getting more and more smarter people in this space, which will eventually wash away people like me that just talk shit all day. So yeah, it's great. I think it messes with those numbers a little bit, because that one was obviously not worth $1,750, but that's what it is, guys. So stop freaking asking me every 2 hours why I paid that much for it. I'm running out of good stories to tell. Alright, so it's 11:54, so I don't think we'll make midnight. Let's find a moment to give away. I'm not going to give you any of these good ones. What's it Trey Young going for? Alright. you guys can have Taco Fall. That's a pretty good one actually. It's 1350 out of 12,000. So that's probably worth something, I'd say. I don't know. So these are the members that have made a comment in the last video, and I appreciate you guys trying to make it look like a legitimate comment. We're all got to watch the algorithm police, so just, you know, make it look like you actually seem interested in that 10 seconds you watched of these videos, and I will reward you, or one of you at least. So, all right, here we go. All right, let's go, Earl J. Come on, not even close. Hey, it's my mate, Gordon Checo. Congratulations. He's actually, cool story there. I been talking to Sexy, I think that's how you pronounce his alias, on Discord. He is a moderator in my own Discord, the highest paid moderator in the whole of Discord land, and probably the easiest job in the world. So he gets paid zero, by the way. So thank you for all the wonderful work that you do. You literally haven't had to do a single thing, because the Discord's been amazing. It's just full of these awesome people. So if you guys haven't applied to join, apply. And again, do not let me in, or one line. I'm trying to find some good people that actually enjoy this space and want to collaborate and build something together and work together. So tell me a little bit about yourself. Most of you know enough about me. I put a lot of junk out there for you to know, but those people aren't listening to this, so it doesn't make sense. And I'm just trying to fill in 4 more minutes. Doesn't look like I'm going to make it there. So on behalf of my producer, me, good night to you guys. We'll talk to you, or I'll talk to you soon. Someone else has actually asked to do another episode on, what was it? Tray Hollow Challenge. What I think about that. So I'll do that next. And I also have to do someone else actually pinged me today. This is the other type of message I get on a daily basis. I just keep forgetting to do it. We were supposed to do the early adopter set draw for the members, or for the Twitter followers that were from 1001 to, or whatever it was, 1500. So we're nearly at 2000 now, which is pretty damn cool. I really don't care too much for that sort of stuff, to be honest. I do find it cool because you do get the interesting messages. So I find it cool from that point of view. But yeah, in terms of all the other stuff, yeah, whatever. All right. Talk to you guys soon. Wade's out.